Prime Gaming Agents. Like,
Fractured fast, we still got the Sova? Okay, we do. So there's a lot of demos out for both of these comps.
I think you're absolutely right. I don't think DRX are going to stray massively.
When I was worried about there being no footage to do anti, that's pretty much out the window. There's a lot of footage for this.
A little bit. Now's the time to pull it out, to be honest with you. Against EG, or again, something, or a team that...
EG can at least look at the DRX game that happened yesterday.
Absolutely.
And they got a good amount of rounds as well out of it.
On this map, they've won it 71% of the time.
Demon 1 and Brimmy,
dude,
I like it.
In this composition, on this defensive side, is Combs cross-map darts. He has so many different lineups to allow Jojimo to contact up and take space off his utility. And when they get that Sovalt online, they have a lot of preset plays as well that are really hard to contend with. Most teams, you're not going to be used to shooting a Sova dart on this map.
No, it's not. It's one of those little quirky picks that just, you know, forces the early round protocols to adjust.
Honestly, I think they use it really well.
And actually the mid-rounding as well.
And they have a good amount of stuff with it. That's the thing that's been the best. They have a good range.
And it's the duelist against this composition with the Sova. It's going to be a huge test for Foxy9. He's facing against another highly awaited rookie in Demon 1 in this match.
Yeah, and let's not forget Mako saving their asses yesterday. I mean, it was a 13-10 Mimi, as you remember. It could have have been a loss for DRX on that map. So I wonder if EG, with the preparation of Potter, are going to try and stop Mako with a post
Does he Potter's interview on the
Japan stream? No. One thing they do a lot on this map is using that dart to get early south side control and then reflanking the post plant, which can be pretty effective against teams who play like DRX.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, too, Fracture not been the best map for DRX at all, but Mike, we can't ignore the experience there. These DRX boys, they're known as the group stage demons for a reason.
Absolutely, and again, not to harp on to Foxy9, but I think he becomes kind of the key playmaker for DRX. In this composition, on this map, we know how pivotal that role is. Again, I think it's an interesting discussion about the post-plant strength as well. That's something that's really going to test, or I guess visibly test, the preparation factor of EG.
It absolutely will. For the side of DRX, though, this is also a test not just of what they can prepare against EG, but how much they can adapt within these compositions. What is the secondary game plan? When the post plants fail, what do you go to next?
Well, I cannot wait to see what we're going to get here. It's time to jump into Fractures. We've got Brandon Sideshow on the mic. Over to you guys.
Thank you very much. Lovely setup for this match right here. Whoa, fast zoom in, but we're getting into it now. This match deciding the top 8, heading into deeper and deeper with Masters Tokyo as well. And Evil Genius is a team that, listen, when we were talking about the Americas playoffs, they weren't even expecting to make it there. It was out of their hands, but they are definitely a team that have forged their way. They earned their spot to Tokyo now, and are up against the group stage demons that is DRX.
And you hear the desk talking as if EG are now favorites to make playoffs in Masters Tokyo. So yeah, going from a miracle to something that's commonplace.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what EG have been doing recently, is earning that kind of respect. And what a battle this is going to be. Potter versus Termi. We'll check back in with that when we get some timeouts later on. But here we go into a pistol round. And already take a look at the minimap, because it looks to me like EG are going to north side crunch. And there are 3 DRX players waiting to receive this. To me, Bren, this looks like there's going to be a lot of pressure on Boostio and Demon 1.
Ignore that. We're all good. EG on
have done their homework.
EG on defense, DRX on attack.
Trending towards this B split over and over again. They send out a util, a flash and a horn over the top.
Yeah, it's the classic.
Anti-flash though does tag onto them. It clears them all the way
classic
back.
Take.
Top of tower.
Full retake in terms of this one, going to be relatively hard. They at least have some map control in terms of the top side as well, so we're going to have a good pinch from Arcade coming in. And does Mako have his molly? Yes, he does. So we'll keep an eye to see when the molly goes around.
Let's see this refight here that's happening over towards Arcade again. The back of the box should be cleared out. No, the boom bomb was flashed up. Still on the backside of it. There's the damage being done.
Been pretty cool at the moment.
Through the box. Aftershock as well now into tower, really starting to feel that heat. Stacks had to hold his ground.
Very
he
hard
does not win it out. The molly's forced out
games.
relatively early, but still the time is ticking. That's going to put the pressure once more onto them, but Demon 1 landing so many of these shots, running it down into the molly. Didn't want to risk too much there. Listen,
I mean, there was no reason particularly to give your life to that.
Nicely done from Demon 1 as well.
Caught up in the moment.
Get the Sheriff upgrade as well. Nice to see him online.
Wait, how much time do we actually have?
Exactly. But Demon 1 online there with the last couple of kills. You see how precise his aim is. not a player that actually was that important in their win over Foot. Yeah, as strange as that sounds, because the
he was quiet.
Him playing at this tournament after we all thought he might miss it was enormous.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we were talking to death about it. Over and over again, for good reason, the guy pops off, but he wasn't even necessary.
And in terms of this,
that 2-0 win.
Definitely different approach from what we were watching in the last game. Not even worrying about the bonus, just making sure they win the anti-eco.
Which isn't going to feature in this series because DRX do not want
stacking orbs on Foxy at the moment as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Even though Mako's 3 orbs away, still choosing to get him over towards the race.
Where you get to see, I think, both of these teams at the absolute peak of what they can accomplish. Both teams like playing Fracture. You know, we've been cognizant of DRX with their roster swapping up, not being as great on this map sometimes.
Over the ropes.
Damn, that's
not
strong.
Getting away from that one, Buzz.
Really, really nice. On top of this as well, Boostio got good information, gets a kill, gets out.
Strength. In theory, we should have an absolute.
Dude, he looks so good recently.
Match here. Both of these teams fighting for that chance to make a playoff spot in the top 8 of Masters Tokyo.
And you think about this for EG, obviously we've discussed how incredible it would be for them to make top 8 and make playoffs, especially with, you know, Demon One's first time at an event of this caliber, and to be honest, a lot of EG's first time.
Animal, bro, is flowing, and he's just flowing with confidence. It's crazy.
That changes the narrative. It's a pivot point.
That's nice from Mako. Anything else? No.
Where if they
There's
win
one
this
gun
game,
that they go.
People are going to assume that it's back to DRX being on track. They 2-0 out of the groups. Okay, they can make a serious run of it in playoffs. If they lose here, I think people start to, you know, really take seriously the warning signs that we've seen from DRX of whether or not they might be entering a slump period.
There's been rumors swirling around this DRX team about their form heading into the event as well. You can just see it as well, just in terms of the rosters they've been fielding. It's been back and forth.
Bit of an NA bite with the death that went down there by a rifle into this one. Jorgamo, 1 kill, or 1 orb away from his ult. That actually might change everything. With this, they kind of, this is a good plan on this one. Orb is here for him to take a full-person push.
Be ready for this one, Buzz. Close to the ropes, it's a wider swing with an A-Porson and back. Showstopper over and away.
No, don't you dare, bro. Come on.
Over and away, down across the zip line, is being squeezed. How can he survive? Can he maintain? He can!
So good. Incredible work under pressure there from Mako. I love the idea from EG on the bonus round, but Jorgamo with 60 health has got to do it all.
Oh, okay.
And he's brought it back just a little.
And he's aware as well of this. Potentially hearing the sound cue. He's caught Buzz out and he's forced it into a 1 versus 1 nade online. Lands the shot anyway. 4 in the round. It matters not. For the heroics of Mako, what he was doing on the south side of that map.
1v3.
One good play deserves another. Jorgamo coming out and responding.
In the bonus, the most important round for them to do it in.
A 1v3 where he was incredibly aware of Buzz coming through tunnel. That to me is the most impressive kill out of all of them.
He just knew how they were going to play this, it felt like.
The specific sound cue there. I mean, when players are running through tunnel, it does make a little squelching sound. You know, you can spot it out, you can hear it.
Man, if everyone in this team is looking this good,
get lost, right? But
they're going to do incredible. Oh, for God's sake, man. What is this today?
They're going for the B exec again. I mean, it's the same kind of thing that we've seen from them in 3 out of 4 rounds.
Pansy, mate, I don't know what to do, dude. It's not even my fault, I swear.
And when they used to do this exec, they would run a neon with it.
Nice tech balls. I want to see, yeah, respect.
Flash to set it up. Demon One still holding it though.
And now that you don't have the
man,
neon,
imagine they smashed
that arcade space as Foxy was trying to do with the breach flash. It's a little more difficult.
Look in his face, no Prowler. Won't be getting info off of that one inside the smoke is Boostio. He's waiting for the right time to strike, but there's a Nanoswarm at his feet. Has to back away with a random spam. Maybe you can get quite lucky with it, but he's going to be backing away. They don't want to give away any lives. Oh my, I mean, the Nanoswarms.
Oh my God, though. How much did he tank from this? Did he miss a jump as well?
It's a 3 versus 5. Mako pushing forwards. He's trying to equalize. Take away the advantage.
I feel sorry for Mako at this point. No one else is doing much.
Still holding on to canteen control. The regression from Com. What a wide swing. Really wide swing, and they don't have B main position either. Buzz and RB anchoring towards the side. They have to really just come up with something massive.
Nice
potential. It was there for
Jorgamo
RB.
is 10-1.
His 2.
And yeah, Jorgamo once
he's 10-1. They're taking tons of just having the most insane round.
I mean, it's the end of round 4.
Like, sorry, insane maps.
Look at this
Boostio was yesterday. He was like 13-4 in maybe the first 5 rounds, I think it was. We're now 4 rounds in, and he's 10-1.
And the way that EG like to play that spot is having Demon 1 as the turret behind the turret, the one who actually gets the kills. So as Foxy9 peaks, his pre-aim is towards where common turret positions are going to be. He's not expecting a player to be challenging. And Demon 1, Boostio, both set up to try and actually take that fight. I think already, one of the reasons why I'm so impressed with EG, as we see DRX take a timeout, is the prep work that they do. Because even if it's not specific anti-stratting,
there's definitely prep work that can be done on this one.
Of structure that they have in this team, and
like we said, we saw a lot. It's a big difference between having no demos and one demo as well, and especially a recent demo that was for yesterday in a big knockout tournament. You know that they used all of their stuff.
It's really good against the B split,
so you can pretty much look at that and get a lot from it.
I just think EG have come out with a really nice game plan that Termi's going to have to adjust to.
That's what this timeout is for. Maybe even to settle the mindset a little bit here for DRX, because honestly, it's been a very similar approach almost every single round for DRX so far. Leading into that B split, they haven't really explored.
Jogamo heard about RB getting 5 ults into 1.5, and he's on for it. Trying to do it on harder mode because you've got to get 8 for the race.
Ethan might be flashing off the rip over the top, it looks like as well. Just a bit of utility use at the beginning of the deep smoke. Once broken.
That's kind of wild, isn't it? He's actually on his second ult on the 5th round.
Big ults here as well.
Yeah, and a slow approach for the first time might make EG wonder what's up. Jorgamo's got his showstopper online though, and that is really going to cause a problem for DRX potentially. I've got to point out again though, DRX have still been
DRX are really, basically, you know when I talk about them taking an attack timeout and on the defense you go aggro, they held a default and then this is a nice hit, and then they even just held a little bit longer just in case there was going to be like a mid-round reaction
all over the bloody place. Cannot find a target, no sound cues. He's caught with the ult, finally fades, pre-fires it, does not find a target, and doesn't even expect it to be on the site. It's Jorgamo, who's on a way inside the smoke stone.
We go down into a 3v4, we do bring it back.
Oh, a bit of spam again with
it's actually a 3v5 when we bring it back into a
no shots. Lineups now being played.
We have all these lineups. We still have Mako's Molly as well. Mako's Molly. You got double Killjoy. Yeah, and then you have Mako's ult.
The orbital strike has to be used for this lockdown. It has to be cleared out there, but again,
that's kind of nice. But they still have all the
lineups. Foxy9, what a shot to hit Boostio. Instantly returns the fire. They know where Mako is. That's absolutely disgusting.
They can get it half before this Molly
That Nanoswarm's going to take some time to hit. That's half on the defuse already. It's bought them time. It's a critical one. Can Buzz still do it?
Wait.
Absolutely not. They've got it.
Oh
the face of Demon won this
and
guy.
They put the he
stands up to any sort of test that you're going to be throwing at him.
Brimble and Fatal.
And EG here are perfectly showcasing how to abuse the way that DRX play these post-plant situations. One of the issues that people were talking about when Zest was in the lineup was them playing very formulaically. I don't think it actually matters which lineup
it was a
3v5. DRX are always going to try and drop back.
They had double Molly.
Static, passive post-plant lineup.
It shouldn't have gone down like this. It was 3v5. Spike was down.
Now, but you can see
they had Brimble. They had double Killjoy Molly with lineups in the position to use the lineups, and a Brimble. Like I don't get how they lost this. That's crazy.
Play here. The tempo's increased. Dart over the top. Foxy9's lit up. He's scared. He's worried. He's going to get spammed as a nade at his feet. Slaughter right now, and a flood attempt as well. The call is made by EG. They want to take it straight to them, yet Mako.
No way, I was
the fire. The Sheriff doing so much
work.
The
shock. God, man, that's so low. Yeah, I really thought that was. I actually thought it was going to be a double. To be honest with you. Kind of surprised he got nothing.
Retreat back to halls as well. Still maintaining that drop control. Buzz doesn't actually have any.
Foxy's going to ult this.
From that position.
They're all so low. He's going to ult this, I'm pretty sure.
Everything's watched for. There's going to be that rotation here. Showstopper straight across. Com didn't really stand a chance there. There's a Molly as well that was sent in flying ahead of time. It's going to remove it any sort.
Unlucky. Okay, nicely done from DRX. Very happy with this one, keeping 4 people alive. They get some upgrades as well. It was just a low buy. Very, very good.
So DRX, they take
rounds have been relatively close, so we might actually see a
couple of different
low
ideas
buy
from EG
as
on
well.
how they want to defend this. EG blast pack up, Jorgamo
Nice
into
shot.
sight, and he ends up missing.
Do I like the Silver and Fracture? The way that they use it, yeah, I kind of do. It's such an off-meta pick. I think if Silver was heavy meta, everyone would know where the most normal recons go, so it wouldn't have as much effect as it does. But honestly, the fact that no one plays against it, you're just not used to the recons that come in, so they get more scans than normal. Oh my.
Right through them into the face. Jorgamo is not messing around. He wants the action, he wants the smoke. They still know where the last player is. Ethan aftershot towards the side. Boostio, he supplements.
Oh god. So they eco them back, they managed to push down, they crunch towards the bottom side, and they actually pick up all the guns.
Let's see if he can do it again. The triple face.
Okay, they just do it back to them. That's insane. They get double upgrade. Jorgamo had a rifle, so it's only 2 upgrades.
Some fans
this was a nice hit in the end. Boostio did incredible. Who were we watching? Was it Ethan? He did incredible as well, just to stay alive, make sure that they were focusing on them. Yes, they could get the side shots in like we just saw here.
It can be extremely oppressive to play against. And I think this match in general on Fracture is a
the most stun locks I've been in a game, yeah, because really big, Pansy, they look unbelievable.
The about it
they look so good. It's just like, how in the 2 months, what happened?
You're already seeing some form of adjustment.
How do they look like potentially the best team we've seen so far? I mean, they look like the best team we've seen so far, I think.
Lockdown's going to be used.
It's incredible.
To try and break this one. That's an aftershock. Shock darts?
They missed the shocks.
Yeah. Is the goal there? I'm not too sure what the goal of that one is.
But this is an awful round.
3 players are detained.
Hey boss man, you got to go for the kills instead of planning it.
Easy pickings. Skipping a hop, you will not escape the sightlines. Easiest kills of RB's life.
I'd love to see that from Comms POV because I don't know where.
Yeah, so they had they had shocks and in theory aftershock to break it, and the shocks missed. Kind of cool that they had this though.
The way onto the side to realize the time is of the
very uncool that it didn't work.
Land a clean shot. Aim wasn't reset.
Like the idea is great. If the idea and it worked, I'd be going a bit mental now, to be honest.
Up to just Ethan.
But the fact it didn't work, I'm a little bit gutted.
Round ahead of him. Not when he's up against the Rolling Thunder. At this point, just got to back away and save. But yeah, it would be interesting to see what went wrong there because
that's literally
purely set up. Yeah, I mean they were purely set up.
There's a chance we get a replay of these missed shots. I'd say 2%.
We've got for it, but and there are a couple of very small positional adjustments you can make with your lockdown in tunnel, depending on whether you want to tuck it into the corner or not. But all right, so here's Com, just stuck towards the end. Yeah, this is him getting caught towards the end. I mean, he's already used his shocks at this point, and he just gets stuck inside tower. Poor guy. Easy pickings for RB though, farming it up. That's going to help for DRX.
I gave it a 2% chat. Wasn't wrong.
Really replicatable though, is it? DRX.
Not until they
bank on the misplay a little bit.
Yeah, so. Not until they have a whole other lockdown on charge.
Yeah.
They tried.
They tried. Attempted this on their half by. This time it's really
yeah, we'll give them an NT for that one.
Slow at the beginning.
But I like this. The slower and more.
Where the hell are we money-wise? Like what the hell has gone on into this game? Where are we? 2 ults. Money's low. They need to use the ult. Mako RB 1 away.
Lit up. Gonna be the kills returned. Ethan making the most of that one there. Flash in his face. Boost just goes back away. There's a Rolling Thunder. He's locked up, yet stunned up. Still lands the kill. Bullet to the cranium. Hunter's Fury to supplement and help out in the back. Players can start to swarm this one. It's a 2 versus 2.
Jorgamo has a nade and they can't plant.
And another showstopper in the back pocket. There's a shock dart, or at least the recon. And there's a showstopper. Rocketing forwards. Blitzering pace. Jorgamo to clean it up.
Really good. They definitely used the ults in the right round though. And again, they win another round where DRX have used so many ults.
In the game against Foot. There you see him scratching the back of his head, wondering whether, yeah, we played that pretty well. I got a couple of kills while I was stunned up. I mean, that one on stacks.
Yeah, he's the stun god. He did this over towards Lotus on B, right?
But it's the combo of utility.
Always hits the first bullet, no matter what.
Very good breach utility as they come through. There's a Hunter's Fury there, putting enormous amounts of pressure on the people coming into sight. And EG are trying to flood defend A. Very different idea compared to how they're
we're still here
B
money-wise, though. We're still
retakes off, challenging other areas. EG are really trying to wait until DRX have thrown those smokes and then pile through them with breach and Sova util. And this is the thing, DRX are just going to run the same kind of execs over and over. They're not a team that changes very much. That's been a major
Killjoy ult and Brim ult to break it.
There's not much nuance in their playbook. That's what we were hoping to see, I think, heading into this tournament, and you have to be ready for this. Lit up onto the ropes. Will you be able to get out a satchel?
That's so good. What the hell? Damn, they have an anti for the normal Killjoy, play. That's so cool.
Application of the defense. Mako, with
they actually punish the normal default that everyone does with the turret.
Nobody pushing tree, so this is a really good setup for DRX right now.
Dude, every team's gonna steal that if they have a raise.
Orbital strike, get rid of that.
But I don't think they even want to. Everybody's playing offside. They do. They still opt to be using this one. It's a wide face there. Foxy9, he was alone onto the site. He's taken out early enough. A tap onto it. Spikes there. Aftershock round the corner, round the side, facing RB. Man of the hour. Reattempt, reaggress right here. Com sticking his half right through the molly. He's got a lifeline. It's still shut down. Team in one.
Man, he really wanted to get half that he tanked the molly.
And you can see
that's a mistake.
They were still getting contested. That push through door put a lot of pressure on DRX. They also forced out the orbital strike early, so it couldn't just be used on the plan. But here's that molly. Mako uncontested, no flank on the retake. And in the end, even after Com got half, it came down to this 1v1. Whoever won it would have been able to secure the round. The stacks comes through big for his team. That's only his third kill of the map so far.
Doesn't matter though,
but he wins his team a whole round off the back of it.
There's no point in getting
half. Down onto an eco.
There was no time pressure really. The time was still fine. That forced them down to eco, but that doesn't mean anything at the moment in this game.
DRX are dump a bit of the same utility, familiar kind of beginning to a round there, but Foxy9 was pre-aiming where the dart was last time. They're really quite concerned of being crunched. I do like the approach though. Slow default, over the ropes though. RB is going to be rejoining the rest of his team, so they were just hoping for a bit of aggression when EG's on that half bite.
Which makes sense.
The Sova causing so many issues. Yeah, the Sova's looking unreal. EG decide to group up, and they're going to clear the top side just as they left it. Then what do they do with the info? That's the question. They get turret early info, maybe. They're going to hear a lot of this, and they're actually going to get here in the right time. Yeah, they do. They clear this, they speed it up. They cleared this fully, and they can speed it up. And they might be able to all get through this smoke at the same time. They've got a flash to get through here. We've got Recon as well. We've got one scan off. He's crazy. He's trying to make sure that the crosshairs are on them here so they can get out through the smoke.
Put down in a moment's notice.
So yeah, it looked a little bit wild, but I very much understand the plan.
Com is going to feed himself into the maw at some point, but it gives
this
us a little bit
of first normal rounds that we've seen.
I'm sure both coaches are going to
just making sure that they can get an orb as well. So that was pretty cool. On top of that,
Termi's already used one of his timeouts, remember? And I think just in general, the coaching clash is so interesting to me, Brent, because there's been a lot of conversation with the Pacific fans about how Termi's managed his timeouts,
this is gonna get awkward.
The selection of rosters that they put into the game, and how tumultuous everything seems on the DRX side. And all of that comes from Termi, and the coaching staff that spreads out further than him.
I see that.
And on the other side, you have Potter, whose timeouts have been extremely impactful whenever EG have needed them, and has also built, changed the roster in a way that propelled the team to success and has added a lot of good structure. She's now going to be taking a tag timeout to talk with the rest of the team as EG pause. But I do
tag
think
timeout for the last round, like it.
The arc or the ascension and descension of these coaches are on very different pathways at the moment, and I think that's one of the big things that Termi's got to figure out in order to have a chance to win this tournament.
really a chance to dissuade a lot of that and try and get some confidence back overall.
Yeah.
But I will say, you know, you look at
see
stats,
what
I don't think I've ever seen him this stressed early on in a tournament.
Yeah.
Too many smiles, not too much
what plan have they got at the end?
Been,
for this time I came in, they're up against a lot of ults, so maybe you're going to see them go very proactive.
Exactly. And not just that, I think he's individually struggled at times, you know, in their games against PaperX domestically.
DRX wants to keep this nice and simple, it looks like, as well.
While they're on such a run.
Or at least they were going to now.
But DRX coming into the final round here with 2 big ultimates to work with. The Fade ult was incredibly useful last time at being able to put pressure on the side anchors, although they took it B.
Showstopper. What an increase all the way through. Let's see if Foxy9 can get any value. Nade, rebounds, flash to try and push it back. He fires it off. Jorgamo, Ethan's flash. Oh, it's a random spam. It's a random spray all the way through. What a lead going straight through an exchange as well.
I can't imagine the spray.
Bullets, a flash as well to try and push through, and it's a 3-2-1 swing into the smoke. Lit up though. Jorgamo can't hear anything, doesn't know that his position is being swarmed, and there we go, it's covered.
The cover from EG here was insane to keep Jorgamo alive.
Round of this first
Flash
half, it's over.
To stop the Razor to begin with, and then they shoot 2 people on the side that were chasing him.
Defense on the initiator utility, immaculate.
He should be dead. Like, he should be dead, but everyone bailed him out. That's the first bailout. We got the second bailout as well, with the recon, to be honest, and then we got a shot, they shot through the smoke to actually kill the person rapping on him.
Adapting as well to a lot of
man, this was such a good
towards into the A side as well.
I can't, this was the most value I've seen them get with the Sova. That's why it's madness as well. They have so much new stuff with the Sova. I'm very impressed. All of the
Thank you very much,
all
guys.
of the Sova util was not stuff that they used in Split. A lot, like in their Split, a lot of the time. As in not the map Split, as in like the first America's Split.
The differences in utility here. DRX, they don't want to use much because they rely on the post plant. And EG are happy to burn up the layering of like the flashes and the darts.
The util's so good right now.
So many different positions as well. Early round to find first bloods, but then supporting their sight angles as well. It's actually so beautiful to watch.
And if it's not a dark
it is, yeah, he's not wrong. Like everything's so incredible right now. Like it's some of the best Valorant I've seen for. I don't know. Might be some of the best Valorant I've seen in terms of like team play and util.
Layer to that that's helping to win these rounds for his team.
It's outrageous.
I mean, he's just individually winning rounds in ridiculous
you're not wrong.
fashion. This is a guy who we don't get to see on the Raze much anymore. He's been roll swapped over the controller, but you can't forget, this guy was like considered by many like one of the best Raze players in North America, and he's showing it here on the international stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Popping off in this first half, and it put EG in so many good positions to close out rounds.
MC was right. Do you reckon they were banging them in prax?
I think it actually even came, that first post plant came with the, I think round 6, right, with the 2 sheriff kills from Marco on A side. That was about it. That was, from the first few rounds, the only positive that DRX could pull.
Yeah, now heading into this second half, DRX is good on attack. It's about 50-50 on this one, but with the, or excuse me, on their defensive side as well. But with this composition, you don't have quite as many tools to support your side anchors, and you're going to have to be playing the retake a lot more. The thing to look out for, though, in my opinion, is how Stax and RP are combining their utility. Can they get similar value with this fade, with the flash darts, to scan as EG's
It's not even the Demon 1 show. I think that's the thing that's the most impressive, right? It's just util, everyone else stepping up, and just the team. It's a team diff.
Let's see what they can do, because if they don't, then they're going to be losing one map down already in this very crucial game and be dethroned off the group stage Goliath. So I don't know what's going to happen, you guys, but let's send it back to Josh and Bren and find out.
It's an excellent point, really. I mean, it's not often that DRX end up losing in a group stage as well. I brought up in our game yesterday, Josh, you know, they've lost 2 matches in their group stage international appearances ever. That's out of 10 currently played, which means they got an 80% win rate. That's not quick maths right there. Quick maths. 80% win rate in the groups. And it's not a great start, don't get me wrong here. EG have clearly come out well-versed, well-prepped. The map pool is actually kind of shaken out quite nicely for both of these teams in the theory of it, but it's EG who have the lead.
It's a must-win pistol round, I think, for DRX.
Yeah.
You know, normally when they get the success on this map, I think about it being potent on the attack side. Although we were talking, even when we were casting them against ASE, that their defense side against DFM was really good.
Waves of the utility being used as well to try and take this tower control, but they're all grouped up in there. Could be cause for concern because they're all grouped up. And a right click is tearing them to pieces. Buzz having a field day, but from behind,
Still did really good though.
He does help them out. Close to Jenny, they get themselves onto the site.
Did fantastic as well.
Relatively decent post plan. I believe this is a reflank attempt by Com to the back of tunnel. He's going to be meeting, Foxy9. So wins out that fight.
With this kill though, and they just heard the spamming, Ethan can get into a good position.
Now I think they should have a good idea about.
Oh, maybe they didn't hear the spamming because Ethan's checking spawn still.
Can't be completely sure of that. Foxy9's got good utility as well to stop anybody peeking from tower that could potentially isolate.
He still has breach damage as well.
Look at this, aftershock still available.
Wait, it wouldn't reach.
In a position where he can really use it. Tap onto it, gets him off. It's a swing into the one-on-one. RB sticking, he gets his half, jump spot, gets him off a tap, it forces the fight from Ethan again. How does he want to play this one? Around to the side, and there it is!
From Ethan.
4 for Ethan.
Again, the rock of the team.
This guy has been an absolute menace to any team that goes up against EG. The latter half of the regular season in Americas throughout all of playoffs.
The spin to win.
Reaching new heights.
Yeah.
He's been a rock. In terms of all of the utility and then crucial moments like this, Ethan is the rock that EG can rely on. You've heard Potter talk about it previously as well, how much his experience and communication means to them in the game. Boostio's also given him and Com both a lot of credit for helping with the mid-round. Yeah, that's really well played by both RB and him in the clutch there, but Ethan gets just a tiny outplay towards the end. And I think that's a nail in a coffin for
DRX's
I mean, it chances
is.
on Fracture, barring something crazy happening.
It really should be. Pistol round was
even, and the way that they're handling this at the moment, I love it. Just trying to make sure that they can get an ult into the first round, or at least the first the buy rounds, if they lose the round after. Just still thinking ahead. I was talking about this, to be honest, I've talked about this maybe like 2 streams in a row, where teams are just getting so much better at just snowballing and just using these rounds to the advantage. Just making sure that they can get a 3-1, 4-1 start, potentially get it to like a 7-1, that's why we get the memes so often. Teams have just got so good at getting these ults online and just thinking ahead.
Very healthy.
And just making sure they can get the most out of it.
Yeah. Very clean, extremely clean.
The guard are always good at it, yeah.
Building up towards some ultimates, but non-massively online.
It's crazy how many teams weren't good at it.
I think
now pretty much every team's
aware
good
of the way that DRX want to defend B. The main way that DRX are going to defend B is by having one player hard anchor around Dice or around Tower, and then Stax
at least every team that's
going to find time to push through the smoke like that. And even though Stax only has a pistol in that situation, I think that's something that EG have to be very aware of. DRX have caught timings against
we get the bonus looking decent. Bonus is looking really good.
There it is, boatload of utility. Send flying, arcing right over towards drop.
I swear, every recon I've seen at least gets one scan off.
The health of their economy as well. I mean, there's so much danger in this round, even still for DRX. Up against this bonus, rifle in the hands of Jorgamo, Guardian for Demon 1. We know what this guy can do with it. Destructive. There it is, drone to lead it in. That's an aftershock. Use disrupt it, just pound for pound using the util, but they waited out. There's a couple of layers to it. Caesar's nice, that's delayed a little bit.
But they're just baiting out this defensive utility, and now this second wave is going to be where they commit.
The smokes go soon.
Flash to accompany. It's all combined together. Doesn't actually connect there. Satchel, the movement. It is nice, but RB was ready as well to contain. Stacks.
Yeah, it says soon. The smokes have gone now. The crossfire's there.
Taken. Boostio! Landon 2. He spots the third, and Demon 1 has also got his sight set on him. They know exactly where he is, but the movement is quite gorgeous. Foxy9.
4 bullets.
Jiggle out to the side with 4 bullets left in the rifle. A reload risked. Doesn't know where Buzz is. Thinks that the position could be anywhere with 30 seconds into the round. Spike out into the open. Not a lot of health to work with. Needs to force an early fight.
Now that Boostio's gone silent for so long, Buzz was worried he went up.
Okay, Spike gained 15 seconds though. Is he really going to try and pivot? Is he going to clear this corner? No, knife has to be out as well if he was to make that timing.
Think of this as well. Also the door kind of had to be open to get the other person to get off the angle as well here. I like the attempt though, it was a nice try.
Yeah.
I mean, he made the 4-on-2 into a 2v4. We gotta give him a nice try for that.
The utility and the way that Jorgamo entries onto the site is dangerous. It's difficult to work with. And DRX had a decent answer. They didn't use all of their utility just to fend off the first few probes.
Right, this is the round that they were kind of gearing up for, though. We're one away from 2 ults that are kind of round changing, especially the Killjoy, and Killjoy ult over towards Underpass is just nightmare.
Of course, Ethan one away also from the Rolling Thunder, so that depends which one you particularly want to prioritize.
That's nice, that kills the Molly. Ethan getting this one. Boostio is over towards Arcade if he wants to attempt to get in the other one. But it looks like we're just going to have a lurk here. Yeah, and it makes sense that they're going to be proactive, and it felt like EG were aware of this, especially once they got the orb itself. Most likely they thought they were just going to hit over towards the site, so that's where they're going proactive. They don't want to get X-Sect on, they just want to make sure that they're actually killing the people with the ults before they actually hit sites. So yeah.
They can set up for some kind of north side push. It looks like Ethan's going to try
EG were just ready for it.
Into the players or something.
Kind of ready for everything.
Ethan's going to be asked to do quite a lot here.
Man, Ethan's going to die now, I said that.
Battling in A main.
Hey, nice jump spot though, good info. Damn, breach ult. Why would you think that he's breach ulting on his own? So the fact that 4 people are flooding the site from Dish, you just do not think this one's going to happen. What the hell is that?
This way, that way, evacuation and shots. Rattled off.
That is immaculate from EG. I mean, what a play. How creative is that?
Oh my God.
Find a player at door, breach ult them, Sova dart them. You've got Jorgamo coming through on one side, Ethan on the other. This team's creativity
yeah, they forced him down to save. And this was...
You think historically, it's DRX that we've discussed.
And this was pretty much all doable. This whole round was all doable because of that eco round that they had, right? Sorry, the anti-eco that they had. Just making sure that they got the orbs, got the plant over towards Ethan as well. Just making sure that he has his ult, or is at least one away from this round that's going to reset them. And then they had such a good plan with it. Why would you breach ult in a 1-4? So you think that the pressure of the breach ult, there's more people there than actually you're flooding from here with so many people. It's just great. Everything's just unbelievable.
And they're vibing.
And they time out. There's like next they got two rounds that they can lose before it's done, and they have no money. It's so
That's the evolution of this EG team.
It's been so dominant. EG looks so good.
They come in with these really excellent ideas. And I said this before as well in Americas when we were watching a team like EG. What point does a gimmick comp just become the meta? At what point does it no longer be a joke?
IX Moddy, thank you so much, mate. IX Moddy with the Prime 2 months. Appreciate you do chat. You know what to do. Let's get some slugs and support that. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Thanks for using your Prime on me.
Think about how DRX were winning Fracture yesterday against Attack and Soul. Even though they were
One
getting
Ethan
pushed,
interview,
they ended up winning 13-10.
We're only
it was
one map
actually
in.
individual huge moments that were carrying them.
Not get too carried away.
Going crazy on Fracture,
definitely looking great for this one.
There is no way that an individual can outplay the waves of utility that are cascading into you on a set strat like that. EG are just almost guaranteed to be able to get a player advantage or get their way into sight. It's oppressive. And it makes it very hard for the individual brilliance on DRX to shine through.
It's left the team reeling, looking for answers.
EG making sure that they control any level of tree aggression early on there. That's why they have a slow pace to begin, but this is just going to be a Killjoy ult play. Alarm bot first to make sure nobody was playing through Arcade.
We've got nothing to stop this.
Like
Are they proactive? Yes, they are. So we at least can have good map control once they get into the site. They can fast take Arcade.
Out of it. Fault line Hunters Fury right in the gap.
They know they have to be in this. They know they have to be in this little square, so they stun it and then blind ult.
It's so dangerous. So good.
It's so good. They play some of the best Valorant I've seen. They really do.
Not quite at all.
Oh, I like that though.
Just a nade to try and clear out tower. Satchel, the movement's quite nice, but again, another nade to push it back, so Foxy9 can't quite swing onto this. Fight's taken, tower cleared out. Drop might be done there, but do they have enough to try and disrupt this post plant setup again? A taste of their own medicine. There's an aftershock waiting underneath tunnel. Find him a couple of seconds, but the fight needs to be won out here. Com, Boostio, playing together.
Man, Com is insanely patient.
Boostio wins his. Fault line's really nice, and they want to take it to him. It's Boostio.
Oh my, man.
Beams him down. Rifle in hand. util to supplement.
They have great combos. They have good ways of punishing defaults that have been in the game for a while. The Sova looks unreal and so hard to play, and like just the whole comp synergy just really works off each other, and individually they're unbelievable. Bro, they're just vibing. They're actually just vibing. They're so pumped. Okay, 7 chances.
DRX pull something out here. The 7-round
Jorgamo and Boostio. I didn't get to look at the score. Oh man, another combo.
Oh, it's all combined. The nade as well. You try and get out of harm's reach.
No one even used a rifle.
Yeah, not likely, man. They're playing a different game.
They are. I mean, this is the Valorant of the future.
Yeah,
it is the Valorant of the future. He's right. It's the Valorant of the future. This is it.
Drop down.
The combos are through the roof.
Let's finish this. That's what EG is saying.
Now Jorgamo's going to have a showstopper online.
Yeah, and here it is. Just a snowball. The ult's rotating behind Dice, though. Not cleared, and Buzz, he does put that down. Mako, smoke to help out his teammate. Aftershock misses. Doesn't clear it. In and out, weaving this way, that way. Buzz, can he get a little bit more? He can.
Unbelievable.
Straight through. Jenny's watched for. Brings down 3. Doesn't find Demon 1 though. Before he can get any much else going, RB left alone to do the most. He's brought it to a 1-on-1. Nightfall is there. Dodge though. Demon 1 not tagged by it. Spots it out. 35 seconds. This is the stay in the map. Demon 1.
30
this guy
seconds
really
left.
is the final boss. Don't want to be going up against him. Grabs the spike. Seconds left in the round. Take his time ever so slightly.
RB has been the clutch monster in Pacific this year.
Spike planted.
Man stuck. Where's the positioning? Where's it coming from? Demon 1 stuck into the corner. Peeks it wide, a jiggle, forces it. He knows where RB is. RB, pressure mounting. Can he do it? Wider face, wider swing. Really being tested, challenged this way, that way. Haunts up in 5, but really does he even have time to spare? He doesn't.
Oh my.
Just like that, map 1.
That was so good to watch.
Pretty bow on it for EG.